Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the iSplash Retro Kart Series fires things off for race number 3 here in season number 3, high above this beautiful Brickyard for tonight's Brickyard Grand Prix. These Lotus 79 machines, these drivers gonna go at it. Rick Raven looking to start season 3 off with a three-peat. Will he make it 3 visits to victory lane in our first 3 weeks? We'll find out here in just a short little bit. Over 200 miles of racing action coming at you tonight. And these open wheel machines, get your fast fix here tonight on Friday night with the iSplash Retro Kart Series. Track temperature, track state, looking good out there. Drivers should have plenty of grip to get around the track. So I tell you what, we'll go ahead and get rid of that track information and head trackside for some of your qualifying times in this Blonde Bullet qualifying session. But first, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. We're going to head trackside and bring you some of those qualifying times. Left-hand side of your screen, you can follow them right there. And it looks like we've got a little bit of graphic problems once again plaguing us here tonight, so we'll try to get that fixed up for you. And just when you think everything's going to roll nice and smooth, you get a little hiccup like this in the timing and scoring, and you have a little problem. So what do you say we just run it down to you the good old-fashioned manual way? As the time begins to tick away on the stopwatch, the music will fade away, and we will have a clearer picture at who's at the top of the speed charts in the Blonde Bullet qualifying session. The 44 of Robert Love going to go quick time here in qualifying. 47.03 for Robert Love. Theo fast here on the oval. The 7. Second on the speed charts, Cody Hundley, Marcellus Bruning, Rick Carlson rounding out your top 5. Neil Canning, Ryan Freeman goes top of the board. 47 flat, new fast time here at the Brickyard Grand Prix. And I would expect to see a handful of different pole position drivers here. Freeman in the 66 going to take the top spot away, just 0.03 of a second faster than Robert Love. Freeman with a quick time, 47 flat. Handful of drivers still to put in their time laps. Christopher Hamlin, Austin Tabs, Rick Raven yet to put in their time lap. Hamlin going to put is in now. Raven gonna go top of the speed charts by 1,000th. New fast time here in qualifying. Rick Raven looks to start from the front. Austin Tab's going to slot just inside of the top 10. Trey Mitz, Christopher Hamlin round out your running order with 30 seconds remaining here in qualifying. It's going to be hard-pressed to see anybody pick up any bit of time to be substantial enough to walk away with the pole position. So it looks like the Blonde Bullet Pole Award will belong to Rick Raven in the one machine as we head trackside for your national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave
And just like that, drivers are going to begin to roll around this beautiful 2.5 mile. A little bit of a square oval here at the Brickyard. The 16 drivers going to try to tackle this famed historic track and walk away with the checkered flag here tonight. We'll see if Rick Raven can back up that Blonde Bullet Pole Award with yet another checkered flag, make it 3 race wins in a row. We'll find out if he can get the job done in 100 laps from now. But first, let's run down your starting lineup for tonight's Brickyard Grand Prix, starting inside row number 1, the New Jersey Devil, Rick Raven. Ryan Freeman, great qualifying effort for Freeman. The Georgia native will start his 66 machine outside pole position. Robert Love and Theo going to make up row number 2, Cody and John. In the 302, row number 3, and row number 4 here tonight inside of the 61 machine, Marcellus Bruning, followed by the 51 of Rick Carlson. Austin Dabbs, Neil Canning, gonna make up your top 10. Christopher Brown, Trey Mitz back in row number 6. And in row number 7 here tonight from the Brickyard, inside in the 13th position, the 83 of Jason Crumley. Christopher Hamlin going to start to his outside, and 14th, Joe Walker and Stuart Wright finish out the 16-car field here tonight. So that's going to do it. That's going to be your starting lineup, and we're going to get set to roll into the restart zone, waiting for the boss man and the flag stand to drop that green flag, and there it goes. Green flag flies here for the first time tonight at the Brickyard. Drivers trying to settle in very quickly here. We should see a lot of pack racing action where we typically see these drivers not. Whoa, a little bit of contact early when the outside wall. I believe that may have been Cody Hundley with a little bit of contact with the outside wall. Yes, indeed, it was the 10 or no, I apologize, that was Schlereth with a little bit of room above the outside wall coming off of turn number 1. We're going to have to keep our eye on the right side of that 7 machine. Make sure he stays pointed in the right direction. The 44 of Robert Love having a little bit of struggle here. As fast drivers at the front trying to separate themselves from the pack. You can see John Rayner, Austin Dabbs going at it. Let's go back here with this 2-car battle. Down into turn number 3, we roll. Chris Brown stuck on the high side right now. Trey Mitz right there as well. Rick Carlson, Neil Canning all within striking distance right here. 2 small packs already developing early. Austin Dabbs, big move to the bottom of the racetrack. So as they fight in the back, we'll head back to the battle at the front of this field. Keep our eyes on all the action here as we cross the line this time around. We'll drop that tiny and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen and let you follow along just like we do too. 3 wide at the front. 3 wide battle for your second position on track. We've got them 3 deep on the outside, 2 deep in the middle. Schlereth looking for the race lead, and he's going to grab it off of turn number 1. Good move to the bottom of the racetrack, and he will keep it wound up and take that top spot away. New race leader in the 7. Seven-car breakaway at the front of the. Whoa. Little bit of a moment there. 6-car breakaway. We apologize at the front of the field. Marcellus Bruning, final driver in this lead pack. There you can see that 61 machine, the Blonde Bullet machine, poking down a line right here on quarter entry. Will he take a shot to the inside? No, he's going to stay behind that. Pepsi, number 44 of Robert Love. So your top 6 continue to fight with each other down to the bottom of the race track, and Cody Hundley looks for the race lead. Charlotte looking to cross over. It's not going to happen. We're going to have to watch these guys battle it out all night long. I believe this is going to be a hot and heavy battle between heavyweights the entire evening here tonight as we work our way out of turn number 3 into turn number 4. The field rolls right on by. They go. And back down this beautiful front stretch, everybody chasing after your race leader, Cody Hunley. He'll lead a lap at the line. New race leader here from the Brickyard. Crazy racing action all over this track. We've got action up front. We've got action in the back. We'll continue to jump around to different cameras, different vantage points throughout tonight's race, trying to bring you all of the battles. Crazy battles here at the front for your race lead, but we've got a hot and heavy hornet's nest going on back here. Austin Dabbs looking for position on John Rayner, not going to be able to grab the spot. Dabbs down at the bottom of that big K, number 2. He'll get it off of turn number 3, keep it down on the bottom of the racetrack into 4. A little bit of a wash up on entry, still going to be able to keep the 302 behind him for now. While all this is going on in the back, 2, almost 3 wide going into turn number 1. We've got action still at the front of this field. Taking the race lead back once again is that 7 machine. Theo here to show he's not just a road course ringer, he is just a ringer in general. 7 out front, looking to the inside once again is Hundley. Close racing action here at the front of the field as we take a look back into the cockpit. And oh, caution, caution flag gonna fly just as we go to our onboard camera here. Looks like Austin Dabbs, John Rayner, drivers battling in that second pack, had a little bit of trouble. Let's go check the replay. There it is, little bit of contact, and that's gonna get Rayner out of shape. He's gonna go around it. Oh my gosh, Austin Dabbs along for a ride as well. My goodness, Dabbs going for a ride. We'll take one more look at it here on board with Austin, and there's the contact, and oh, kind of like a carnival ride that you just can't get out of. Early contact tonight, going to put 2 drivers onto pit lane for quite an extended stay. Lap number 8 going to go on the board as we're under caution for the first time here tonight. Field to a crawl after our first caution here tonight. Contact in the second pack, running for positions. The contact between John Rayner and Austin Dabbs going to send both of those drivers to pit lane, and I don't think damage control is going to be enough for those drivers. I think their night is going to be coming to a close, and there it is. John Rayner already gonna hook his 302 to the hauler, and he's gonna get on out of here. Jason Crumley already following suit. Austin Dabbs' crew feverishly working down there on pit lane, trying to get his Lotus machine back out there on track, but it's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of work. And I mean, it's gonna be a lot of work. There has to be a significant amount of suspension damage after the contact with the outside wall. Spinning like that can never be good on the gearbox either, so we're going to be interested to see if he's going to be able to even get that machine back out on track. So a big hit tonight for the Big K, number 2 of Austin Dabs. Pace car lights back off out in front of this field. Austin Dab's crew still feverishly working down there on pit road, trying to get his machine fixed up and back out there on a track. He is going to be a handful of laps down by the time he does get out on track, so possibly a little bit of a lost cause here tonight at the Brickyard Grand Prix for the Big K, number 2 of Austin Dabs. Field going to get single file, and we're going to get ready to go back. Green flag racing once again here from the Brickyard. Austin checking in with us on the radios and getting with us over there on the YouTube side of things. Austin, we appreciate you checking in. Unfortunately, you are able to check in, and yeah, pretty radical of a little ride there. And Dabs and his crew are going to shake their heads and go ahead and call it an evening. So an early exit here tonight for the number 2 as well. Tough break, Austin. We'll see how you go next week, but stick around, have some fun, and check out some of the racing action here from the Brickyard Schlereth. Front of the field, known to be a road course ace. A little bit of an alien is what some of the drivers have called him already here this season. He's going to be put to the test on a historic oval, and he's served himself well so far here tonight. Pace car out the way, and we are underway. Green flag flies once again here from the Brickyard. Theo going to take off on this restart. Cody Huntley up through the gears, trying to track him down. Robert Love, Marcellus Bruning, close action. 3rd and 4th. Trey Mitz in the 35. Scuderia Machine right behind him, sitting in 5th. Chris Brown, Neil Canning, Rick Raven, Ryan Freeman, and Joe Walker round out your top 10. Four-car breakaway at the front of the field now. Trey Mitz struggling to keep pace. The 35 machine having a little bit of an issue trying to keep pace. Christopher Brown about 5 to 6 car lengths back from Mitz. So a little bit of a leapfrog toe action. Not going to work out right here. He's going to have to give up a little bit too much time. But with your top 4 all side by side out front on the racetrack, that could serve its purpose and allow Mitz to get back up there in the mix for the race lead, or at least a position in the podium. Oh, contact front of this field. Cody Hundley gonna make contact with the outside wall. That's going to stack the field up just a little bit. The number 7 of Theo going to take the top spot back away once again. So Schlereth right there front of the field. Class act in that 7 machine, I'm telling you, week in, week out, he's right here at the front. Drivers better put themselves on notice as we've got that 5-car breakaway now with drivers battling that cave. The 35 of Mitz, just enough to grab some air, and he's right here battling for the 4th position now as Theo gonna drop from the top spot. New race leader off of turn number 4 across the stripe. Will it be official at the line? Marcellus Bruning, new race leader here at the Brickyard. Side-by-side action at the front of this field. Mitz looking for the race lead, and drivers just dropping from that top spot back to the rear of this 5-car pack at the front of the field. Bruning now going to make that big drop from 1st back to 5th. And don't look now, we've got drivers creeping up into the mix. We've got more drivers that are getting ready to be there. Rick Raven, Neil Canning, Chris Brown. 3-car crew bringing themselves to the front of this field, and it's gonna be an 8-car breakaway at the front. Ryan Freeman, Christopher Hamling, Stuart Wright, Rick Carlson, kind of in no man's land right now. They're gonna need one of those pesky cautions. They're gonna need a little bit of help as we still got side-by-side racing action off of turn number 1. Ooh, it's getting close. Well, that was turn number 3. Actually, we apologize. The close action off of turn number 3, heading down the front stretch. We'll cross that famous yard of bricks, and we'll put 15 laps behind us, 16 on the board. Eight drivers at the front of this field, all going at it, all going after it, all under 1 second of each other. And this is the type of racing that we are looking for here at these big, we'll call them plate tracks, 2, 3 wide. Oh, here we go. 3 wide once again, halfway down the backstretch. Drivers are going to have to sort it out before they head into 3. I say they will, but they're going to test their luck. They're going to go 3 wide through turn number 3. Everybody got to make it out. 41 of Neil Canning. Probably one of the biggest sets right there. He's going to keep himself tied up in the middle. And oh my gosh. The Durex number 41. Oh my goodness. Making big moves at the front of this field. Rick Raven making some splashes as well. How about the run by Raven? Went to the tail end of the field, now back, heading his way to the front of this field. Raven, the only driver to pit, back on lap number 8. Will he make those fresher tires work to his advantage right now with Pack Racing? I'm not sure those newer tires, those fresher tires, are going to be any better or do him any justice really here. I think he's going to have to just kind of bide his time and ride. Here comes the move by Canning. He's looking for the race lead. Not going to get there by the stripe, but he's going to get there by the time they enter turn number 1. Down to the bottom of the racetrack in his Durex number 41. Neil Canning going to take the position away. Now we'll go back trackside. Let's look off of the tail end. Let's look back here from Robert Love in the 44, who sits in second. A lot of action behind him. Look at all of these drivers dancing and darting down this huge backstretch down into turn number 3. Drivers are trying to hug that curb and keep the right side tire off of it. And Robert Love going to use that run to work his way to the top spot. Big run here on the outside. Koenig looking for the race lead, but at the stripe, they're going to give it. They're going to give it to Koenig. Koenig going to lead that lap once again as we jump back outside of these drivers' cars. Racing at the front of this field. Lap number 20 now on the board. Two, three, almost 4 wide at the front. Contact between Theo and Robert. They're going to sort it out. No problems, no issues, but contact. Contact at the front of this field almost. Ends the days of a few drives. Oh my goodness, did you see Trey Mitz? I don't know how he didn't end up on pit road or end up wrecked into that safer barrier, man. Talk about trying to okey doke. Knocking on the door of a quarter of the way through tonight's race, and we've had a handful of race lead changes. A ton of different race leaders. I mean, almost, I would probably say about 40% of this field has led a lap at some point in time here tonight. We've got new faces at the front. Once again, Robert Love going to drop out of those top 3 positions. Back to 4th, Marcellus Bruning starting to work and charge his way back to a podium position. Chris Brown still right here in the mix. Trey Mitz, Rick Raven just kind of biding time, hanging out back there. Playing it cool, grabbing or keeping himself in tow. Tell you what, I believe we've got one of those onboard camera shots. Let's go on board here with Raven as he just kind of faces the pack out front. Oh boy, did we just hear what we thought we did. And indeed we have. So I tell you what, we're not going to give any more opportunities for any kind of insight. We're going to go back right here outside of the cars as these drivers head down the back stretch. Lap number 23 on the board, coming to lap 24 this time around. Drivers just 1 lap away from the quarter of the waypoint. A lot of racing still left to be had here tonight from the Brickyard. You're watching the iSplash Retro Kart Series Brickyard Grand Prix. Still side-by-side racing action in front of this field as these drivers continue to go back and forth, switch and swap those top positions on track, side-by-side back across the stripe. Cody Hundley looking for the race lead. Neil Koenig going to fight hard back at the bottom of the racetrack. Chris Brown and Schlereth right there trying to race for the final position on the podium. 3rd and 4th going at it. Robert Love, Trey Mitz in this mix. Marcellus Bruning, Rick Raven just hanging out at the tail end of this field. Christopher Hamlink starting to make a little bit of gains here. Hamlink looking to knock on the door of the top 10. He's back at 11th. Last driver. Oh my gosh! Big trouble. Huge wreck. Oh my goodness. And that's going to be a hard lick. Let's go back one more time here. Oh my gosh. And Theo gonna be victim of circumstance here, I believe. There's some more trouble out there on track. Let's see what happened here. We've got Robert Love going around, Schlereth going around as well. There they go. They're going to touch, and oh my goodness. Huge hit for two more drivers, and that's going to whittle this field down a little bit further as the 7 is on the pit road. We'll head back out trackside with your race leader at the front of the field. Still yet to make his first pit stop of the evening. Canning leads Hundley, Brown, Mitz, Bruning, Raven, and Freeman. Stuart Wright and Christopher Hamlink, last drivers on the lead lap. And while we talked about drivers not making pit stops, there you have it. Everybody going to head down pit road this time around. So with that being said, race fans, we're going to take ourselves a quick commercial break. We'll be back trackside here from the Brickyard with all your green flag action.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Thanks for joining us back live trackside here from the Brickyard. You're watching the iSplash Retro Kart League's Brickyard Grand Prix race number 3, well and underway, just over the corner of the way point here tonight. And the Brickyard is eating up a handful of veterans here. Robert Love, Schlereth, as well as Carlson, Walker, Dabbs, Rayner, Crumley. Those aren't drivers that have led a lap. Those are drivers that are out of tonight's feature event, the Brickyard Grand Prix, giving a handful of drivers some trouble, and this is going to be the opportunity for drivers to make some big gains in the point standings. We'll see who can get it done. Rick Raven going to win the race off of pit row, so for the first time here tonight, Raven will get back to the race lead. Into the restart zone we roll, and on the gas, green flag flies once again here from the Brickyard. Bruning going to go by Hamlink. That's going to be for the 7th position. Admits up 6 positions, running in the 6th spot here. Close racing action, front of the field. We've seen all these drivers spread out and then all come back together during our initial run of the evening. I don't know if I'm Raven right here. I don't know that I want to get too far out. I don't know that I want to give these drivers that big toe down one of these back stretches and let them kind of time it and just blow my doors off, really. It's not going to work this time around. Ryan Freeman going to look to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to look for that 2nd position. Neil Koenig right there. Cody Hundley still sitting in 4th. Drivers starting to look like they're ready to log some laps here. Looks like Trey Mitz has got a handful of drivers, and they're willing to give up a little bit of time right now. Let those top 4 drivers try to sort things out amongst themselves. As we'll drop that timing and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen, let you follow along and try to find your favorite driver, and hopefully you're not going to find them in the hauler. Cody Hundley going to look to the bottom of the racetrack. He looks for the race lead. He will grab it as they head into turns number 1 and 2. I believe that is 1 and 2 again. Yes, it is. Turns 1 and 2. Now down the back stretch. Marcellus Bruning trying to make a move. Second pack beginning to make some headway on those top 4. Single file action, not a lot of movement at the front of this field. All 8 drivers right here running within 1 second of each other. Looks like only Christopher Hamlink losing a little bit of time here. Stuart Wright a little bit off pace as well, but Wright trying to hang on. As drivers begin to mix things up once again, double file, 2 rows deep through 1 and 2. Trey Mitz on the bottom of the racetrack, and he's got company. Marcellus Bruning going to follow him down to the bottom, and will stay stacked up 2 wide, 3 rows deep. We'll sort it out through turn number 3 as we head into turn number 4. Lap number 33 going to go on the board this time by drivers creeping past that third of the way through tonight's race. Yet to see a round of green flag pit stops, so these drivers have yet to test how the tire strategy will work. Do they want the tires? Do they not want the tires? Give me just fuel. What are they going to do? A lot of different aspects, a lot of different strategies can be employed here from the Brickyard. Really, I mean, you gotta almost run it like a road course again, kind of like those bigger tracks. Pocono Raceway comes into mind, where you typically hear about running it like a road course. You get that fuel number. Once you get in that window, that's when drivers and crews are really going to begin to to eyeball that entry to pit lane and see what the speeds are. That's what's going to determine whether these drivers are going to get those fresh tires or if they're just going to continue to wear these things. Trying to block the run on the bottom of the racetrack is the 41. That's going to open up the door for Cody Hundley on the outside. Door left open, and there's a little room on the bottom. The Scuderia Ferrari, number 35 of Trey Mitz, looks for the race lead. And that's going to force Koenig up the track. Hundley going to have to get out of the gas a little bit, allow Koenig the room to walk up the raceway. And that's going to move Trey Mitz to the front of this field. Big run on the outside, though, as that's where the numbers are. That's where the energy is. Mitz not quite able to do it. And how about Christopher Hamlink inside of that Scotch 3M target, number 82 machine. From the back to the front, joining. And Trey Mitz, Christopher Hamlink up 11 positions, sitting in third. Big move across the nose of Koenig for Mitz. That was pretty close. As we cross the line, lap number 35 going to go in our back pocket. Lap number 36 up on the board. Drivers still mixing it up, still not afraid to get out there and battle for these positions, even though they are battling at the front of this field with still more than 50% of this race to be ran. And drivers flexing a little bit of muscle here in the draft at the Brickyard. All 9 lead lap drivers all right here within 1 second of each other. Ryan Freeman hanging out right there behind the one of Rick Raven. Looks like Raven going back to the tail end of this pack, just ready to kind of settle in a little bit, give himself a little bit of time should something go awry out front. Raven content to run where he is. 2-3 wide in front around that second position, almost 4 wide. Looked like for a moment Brown may have thought about going 4 wide. He'll think better of it and stay in line for now. Outside run coming by Marcellus Bruning, looking to make the high side work for the pass. If he's able to make this high side work, drivers are going to start asking how he's getting it done, because he'll be the first driver to make a pass on the outside. Whoa, big move. Ooh, that was absolutely close. He's going to pull out from behind Hamlink at the last second. Almost into the nose cone of the 41. That could have been big. Side by side, once again, Marcellus Bruton going to get forced out of your top positions. He's now going to lose some ground out there on the outside lane. Only Neil Koenig, and here comes a little bit more help. Stuart Wright recovering well, was just kind of hanging out at the tail end of this lead pack, but he started to flex a little muscle and work his way up through the draft. As we run 3 wide into turn number 3, we want to thank you for joining us in tonight's coverage of the Brickyard Grand Prix right here with the Ice Splash Retro Kart Series. If you haven't already, show us some love and join us in that push to 3,000. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there with the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, or maybe one of our many sponsors. We do appreciate each and every one of you all across the board. Without you, there would be no us. So let's jump back to the action here at the Brickyard. Hot and heavy action here at the front of the field. Mitz, Caning, Hamling, Bruning, Hunley, all switching positions for that race lead. The race lead going to belong to Trey Mitz for the moment, but Caning looking for some at the bottom. Sixteen drivers took to the starting grid here tonight, and early troubles and mid-race woes have caught a handful of drivers out here tonight. We're going to be left with 9 drivers on track, all 9 drivers on the lead lap. Robert Love. Oh, we got contact, more trouble. Oh, no. We've got drivers in the fence. Trey Mitz is going to go in the fence. Oh, my. I don't know how that machine is rolling, but Mitt's going to go into the fence. We're going to look at it here. Oh, my gosh. There's the 41 of Caning. How in the world did Mitt survive that? That was an ugly, ugly crash. We're going to take one more look at it here. Oh my goodness. And I can all but guarantee that's going to put an end to his day. Trey Mitt's going to head to pit road. Tough break here on lap number 41, and Trey Mitz is going to be heading to pit lane. Drivers last to pit road back on lap number 26. Will this run be long enough for these drivers to come back down to pit road? Less than a 20-lap run. Will these drivers be willing to give up or possibly risk some track position for those fresh tires? I mean, with so many drivers going to be left in the field, I think I'm coming to pit lane. What do you say, race fans? What do you say? I think I'm coming directly to pit road to get those tires. And hey, what do you know? Everybody gonna come to pit road this time by. So as everybody comes down and gets fuels, tires, and protein bars, we're gonna step away for a brief commercial break. Pay a few more of the bills. You know how it goes. Don't go anywhere. Race fans will be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And we'll jump back trackside just as your green flag flies. Once again, here from the Brickyard in the Ice Splash Retro Kart Series Brickyard Grand Prix. Race number 3 underway just around the corner from the halfway point here tonight. Multiple different race leaders, multiple different drivers caught up in some extracurricular activities, and it's going to whittle the field down to just about half of these drivers remaining here tonight. Your top 8 last drivers remaining on the track. Christopher Hamlin showing the way. Cody Unley, Christopher Brown, Rick Raven back in 4th, Marcellus Brooding settling in 5th, Ryan Freeman, Stuart Wright, and Neil Canning round out your running order. And as we cross the stripe for the first time after the restart, we'll drop that timing scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen, and then you can see 2 more big names out of tonight's race. Trey Mitt's going to be heading to Pit Road, and I believe Neil Canning may be calling it a night as well. The 41 going to head back down Pit Road, but he's going to have an extended stay. He's going to get back in damage control here. 37 of Chris Brown. He's going to duck out. He's going to look for a position at the front of the field. He's going to dive down to the bottom in turn 3, looking for the race lead. First time here tonight, new race leader at the front of the field for the first time. Chris Brown takes the race lead. Marcellus Bruning says, not so fast. I want the front. Bruning going to go to the race lead here. Lap number 47 underway. Bottom of the racetrack is Brown, Bruning, and Hamlin at the top. Top 6 all over each other right here. Neil Canning is heading behind the wall. Tough break here tonight for Canning, and he will call it an end. The 41 will walk away with 8th place here tonight. Stuart Wright, he's still struggling out there. That 4 a little bit off pace, and he is all alone. 2.5 seconds back from this lead pack. And if these guys continue racing like this, I don't know, it might be the safe place to be. Six-car breakaway at the front of the field. Bruning win the race lead. Christopher Brown down on the bottom of the racetrack. Hamlink at the top. The 3M Scotch target. Lotus 79 looking for positions, looking for the race lead once again. Hamlink gonna move yet another position through this field, up 11 spots now. Two, 3 wide at times, and look at that one of Rick Raven just methodically hanging out. Calculated moves here by that one. Make no bones about it, the race fans. He's got the speed. If he wants to go up there and lead a lap, he'll get there. That's beyond a shadow of a doubt right there. Absolutely capable of getting his number 1 machine at the front of the field. Rick Raven walking away with the Blonde Bullet pole award here tonight, so you know he's got single lap speed. He's right here in air, running in the 5th position as Cody Hamlin all but on the gearbox of Bruning. And I tell you what, it's close racing. Let's get closer. Let's jump a little closer to the track and watch these drivers going at it. Bruning out front, Brown at the bottom. Hamlin at the top of the racetrack, trying to make up some time, make up some positions. We'll take a look at the man behind the wheel putting in work. Inside of his office, it's the 82 of Christopher Hamlin holding a tight grip on that wheel, ensuring he gets it around these corners, back across the stripe. Lap 51 goes on the board, and we are at our halfway point here tonight. A little bit of driver highlight spotlights, your mid-race report, your driver rundown here on lap number 51. Showing the way for the moment time being out front. He's led a handful of laps here tonight. Looking to lead a little bit more. The man at the front, Christopher Brown. Marcellus Bruning right here has led a handful of laps as well. Bruning looking to get his machine to victory lane. First trip to victory lane possibly here for Bruning. Christopher Hamling inside of that 82 machine. Visiting your top 3 for the second time here tonight. Started outside of your top 10. Christopher Hamling up 11 positions. He's going to be the last driver on the podium, and he's going to be your biggest mover of the race, up 11 positions from where he qualified. Hamling on fire. Well, that's going to do it for your driver highlights. We're going to give you the rundown now. 16 drivers took to the starting grid for tonight's Brickyard Grand Prix. 100 laps around this 2.5-mile track, over 250 miles of racing. For these drivers here tonight in these Lotus 79 machines, they have put on quite a show, but 16 started, only 7 remain on track. All 7 drivers left on the lead lap. Stuart Wright falling to the wayside just a little bit. You can see him 2.4 seconds back now from your race leader, 1.5 seconds back from third place. So a tough break here as Wright begins to watch his Brickyard Grand Prix go out the window. He's going to need a little bit of help to catch back up, and here comes Brown back to the bottom of the racetrack, not content to settle for second or third at the moment. Brown wants that lead. You know, something that we haven't talked about either, fuel strategy. What about this race, fans? If you're out front towing this big line of cars, you're going to be utilizing a little bit more fuel. There's going to be more fuel burned as you are the driver that's breaking that air, as you are the driver dragging that long line of cars around this 2.5-mile track. So maybe not always good to be out front. Might want to look to shuffle yourself around just a little bit. For the moment, though, Bruning content to stay out front. Watch as these drivers head across the start-finish line. Down into turn number 1, we roll. Out of turn 1 and down the short chute into turn number 2. Brown looking for the race lead. Everybody fighting for 4th position. Down the back stretch we go. These drivers are going to scream by at over 200 miles an hour. 200 miles an hour of great racing action down into turn number 3. Listen to those engines roar as they are at full song here tonight at the Brickyard. Just taking in some of the sights of these drivers out there continuing to mix it up front of the field. Only 7 drivers remain in tonight's Brickyard Grand Prix. Your top 6 have stepped away, and they continue to put on a show, continue to fight for positions. Bottom of the racetrack goes Chris Brown once again, looking for that race lead. Bruning able to hold him at bay, utilizing that mid-run. And for right now, Hamlin serving his purpose, staying right there in that second position. You gotta ask yourself, if you are Chris Brown, how long are you willing to stay down there on the bottom of this racetrack without any help? And he may answer that question right there. He almost snatched that race lead off of turn number 4, was unable to get the run that he needed on the corner exit in order to slingshot himself into that top spot. Back across the line, he's going to dig on the bottom this time through 1, not able to clear. Can he clear off of 2? Not going to be able to do it. Bruning going to slam the door on the outside with help from Christopher Hamley. Rick Raven right there. Third car outside lane. Raven just kind of biding time, sitting right there, managing about a 0.3 of a second gap to your top 3 drivers as they continue to mix it up pretty hard here with just about 40 laps to go. Forty laps to go this time around, and drivers continuing to mix it up at the front of the field. Marcellus Bruning leads Chris Brown, Christopher Hamley right there in third. Rick Raven, Ryan Freeman, Cody Hundley, and Stuart Wright round out your top 7. Your final 7 drivers on the lead lap, and as these drivers have continued to mix it up, that has brought the 4 right back in the mix. What looked like a trouble spot there for Wright has turned itself around. He is up 9 positions from where he qualified, so he's got the biggest potential to move up in the point standings and walk away with the most positions gained here tonight. We'll see if he can get our Charger award and gain a couple more. And with the hot and heavy action here on lap number 61, tell you what, race fans, we're going to go on board here. Let's take a little lap around the track on board inside of the cockpit with the man putting down some quick times, sitting outside of your podium, sitting in 4th, your 2-time race winner here in season number 3. Let's ride with Rick Raven. And that'll complete your lap with the driver sitting in the 4th position. Rick Raven running well here tonight. Walked away with the Blonde Bullet Pole Award. Has dropped back and kind of just played a safe race here tonight. But yet still knocking on the door of the podium with less than 40 laps remaining. 37 to go here from the Brickyard. As we cross the stripe, we're going to begin to eyeball pit road race fans. Drivers last pitted over 20 laps ago. When will they need to come and get some more fuel? Can they make it to the end? I'm going to say no. I think everybody's going to have to come back and get at least one can of fuel here in these Lotus 79 machines to make it to the end of tonight's Brickyard Grand Prix. And as hard as they are running at the front of this field, I believe they're going to be using quite a bit of fuel, and I believe a handful of these guys are going to be looking for pit lane. Pure speculation at this point because, well, just don't know the fuel mileage. We'll be honest about it, you know what I mean? We've yet to put in a green flag run here, so the green flag, a distance that these drivers are willing to roll, still kind of up in the air. Different crew chiefs and drivers are able to, I don't want to say manipulate the fuel, but they're able to save fuel. They're able to save some tires. And in these machines, we've come to know over the course of these first two seasons, it's not necessarily about the tires. Once they get heated up, as long as you don't put them into that overheated zone, you're able to keep the tires somewhat cool. You're able to really continue to lay down and run some fast times with some pretty old tires. So I believe coming to the tail end of tonight's Brickyard Grand Prix, we may see some pit strategy. We may see some drivers elect to take fuel only. Still side by side for the top spot. Christopher Brown and Marcellus Bruning continue to go at it for the top spot. Christopher Hamlin just kind of content to run in third. He's been in third for about 15 laps or so here. Rick Raven right there running in the fourth position. He's been pretty much in that fourth position since we went back green flag racing. Christopher Brown in no man's land right now, bottom of the racetrack, all alone in that STP number 37 machine. Just all alone down there on the bottom of the racetrack. And I don't want to necessarily say a sitting duck. If these drivers on the high side really get lined up and close some of the gaps, they'll be able to motor on by Brown at the bottom without much of a fight, really. But the advantages that Brown has right now, if you can't make it to the end of tonight's race, you got a little bit better of a run to pit lane, right? Nobody's behind you, so you can kind of charge into it. As long as you don't get popped by the pit road police, I think you're gonna be all right. So we'll see how it's all played. We'll see how the strategy runs out as we get closer and closer to just 30 to go. Drivers have been out on track for almost the 30 laps since the drop of the green flag for the latest restart. In a big moment there, Chris Brown going to lose a handful of positions. Big moment there for Brown. Everybody's still up here single file. Let's take a moment here, race fans. Let's go back and let's see what happened to Christopher Brown. Let's see how he gave up all those positions. We're going to go back outside of the car. Let's look at it one more time here. slow and maybe just trying to avoid any possible contact. And how'd he keep it going down there on the bottom of the racetrack under that grass and on basically the apron, man. My goodness, job well done there to Chris Brown, able to keep his machine heading in the right direction. Did lose a little bit of ground here, didn't lose a little bit of time, but 1.1 second back. I believe he's still going to be in striking distance and still have an opportunity. We got driver at the pit road. Sneaky Marcellus Bruni going to bring that 61 Blonde Bullet machine down the pit road. Chris Brown going to follow suit. The 37 going to come down pit road and look for a little bit of draft help when he returns to the track. So that's going to put Christopher Hamlick at the front of the field. Rick Raven right behind him in second. Ryan Freeman going to take over the final spot on the podium here tonight. Cody Hundley, Stuart Wright remains out on track. There's the fourth, just a little bit of ways back, about a half a second back, possibly saving a little bit of fuel here. Tail end of this lead pack. It's going to be close. Christopher Brown flirting on possibly losing a lap here. Last time around, race leaders a 47.38. Brown only 42 in county. That number is climbing. Brown better watch out. Was unable to get off of pit road with Marcellus Bruning. Christopher Brown going to lose some time, and he could possibly lose a lap. Time beginning to stabilize just a little bit, but only about 3 seconds out in front of your current race leader. Christopher Hamley going to jump the pit road, and that's going to give the race lead back to the one of Rick Raven, who leads his first laps in quite some time. Hamlin and Stewart both to pit lane. So here it is. With just about 20, we'll call it 27 to 28 laps remaining here in the Brickyard Grand Prix. Drivers duck into pit road. They will have enough fuel to make it to the end. Just a 10-second stop for Chris Brown. So we'll watch the pit timer for Hamlin and Wright. We'll see if anybody's willing to get tires or if everybody's just going to go fuel only here. Off of turn number 4, more drivers to pit lane. This time around, Ryan Freeman brings Rick Raven and Cody Hundley down to pit road. Meanwhile, front of the field, sneaky. Look at this man right here coming off of pit road. Marcellus Bruni hot on the trail, but Bruni not gonna get there. Hamlin gonna walk away with the position. Move Hamlin into fourth for the moment. Into their boxes, 1, 2, 3, Raven, Freeman, Hundley. Hamlin coming off of turn 4. Here it is. This is going to be the sprint for the race lead. This is going to be the sprint for your podium positions. Down and away, trying to get up to speed and off of pit road. Ryan Freeman, Rick Raven, Cody Hundley continue on the apron. Here comes Hamlin closing in, closer. Cue that Jaws music. There you can see race leaders, bottom of the race track. Hamlin not gonna get there, but he will close in on Hundley. Hamlin and Hundley gonna go at it for the third and final spot on the podium. The top two drivers stepping away from the field. Ryan Freeman gonna take that race lead away. Rick Raven relegated to second. Bruni gonna catch a toe here off of Hundley. And things starting to shape up for a little bit of a heated battle coming to the end of tonight's race. Hamlin 2.2 seconds back from Rick Raven, running in second. Bruni in tow. Hundley in tow. 3 versus 2. Who's going to be the fastest back? And who's going to walk away with the checkered flag? Ryan Freeman, Rick Raven go at it for the top spot. We'll head up for your race lead. Is Raven willing to stay there, or does he want a challenge for the top spot? Will he slow the roll just a little bit by trying to challenge for that race leader? Will he just bide his time and wait and pounce? In the final lap, we'll see how it all goes down. We'll cross the line this time around with just 25 to go. The drivers on the downhill side of things for tonight's Brickyard Grand Prix. Your top two, snapping away to a 1.5 second advantage. Marcellus Bruning, Christopher Hamlin, Cody Hunley going at it third, fourth, fifth on the racetrack. And when I say going at it, I mean they are absolutely getting after it. Cody Hunley sitting in that final podium spot for the moment. Bruning right behind him. Hamlin led a handful of laps. He's looking for a position as well. Your top two continue to run nose to tail down the backstretch and into turn 3. So the strategy not working here for the three drivers looking for the final position in the podium. They are not gaining ground right now. Losing a little bit of time as these top two drivers content, comfortable with running right in the air, right in the tracks of each other. Rick Raven able to stay right behind race leader Ryan Freeman. And I think your race win's going to come down to this. Which one of these drivers makes the mistake? Which one of these drivers steps on his own toes and creates his own problems? Under 45 miles of green flag racing yet to be had here tonight. Drivers absolutely putting on a show, whether it was in the front of the pack or in the mid pack. In the early stages of tonight's race, then the front half of the pack heated up as we lost drivers to troubles throughout this evening. A little bit of a race of attrition. You gotta be there at the end if you want to make your way to victory lane. Rick Raven, methodical approach, took we'll talk in a minute, and took the Blonde Bullet forward in the qualifying session. Led the first lap, dropped back in the pack, and just kind of hung out, waited, was saving fuel at times. Waited for the opportunity, waited for the troubles to go down, and here he is. With just 20 laps to go, Rick Raven looking for his third win in a row. Christopher Hamlin looking to the bottom, looking to the inside of Marcellus Bruning. That's going to be a pass for the third position final spot on the podium here still. Highly contested Hamlin, Bruning, Hunley going at it. They've walked away just a little bit from that number 4 machine of Stuart Wright. Christopher Brown losing a lot of ground with that off-track excursion. He's going to be back there with Wright looking for the 6th position. So we're going to have a battle for the top 2, a battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and then a final battle on track with our 3rd group here tonight, Wright and Brown going at it for 6th. Take a look around and let's see just how close these drivers are running as we go on board with the target Scotch 3M. 82 machine of Christopher Hamlink running in that 5th position. There's a nice camera shot looking out ahead at your race leaders going at it and looking at the drivers battling for the final spot in the podium. Here comes your competitors. What does Hamlink do? Does he stick it to the middle? No, he's going to stay out side up on the high lane. He's going to run with Bruning. Great camera shot, great camera work here tonight. We do appreciate everybody out there that runs in these cars and with these crews, allowing us to come on and strap some great onboard camera shots throughout this entire field here this weekend at the Brickyard. Big shout out to each and every one of the crews and drivers for allowing our network guys and girls to go out there and do their job, bring you some great action shots here live from the Brickyard. Battle still underway for the top spot. We've got 16 laps to go when we cross the line this time around, and your top 2 slowly but surely beginning to pull away. Third, fourth, fifth on the racetrack. That is where most of the action is at, but we still got drivers going at it for the top spot off of turn 4 and down the front stretch. Long way to go here tonight. We'll have 15 laps still in front of us here tonight at the Brickyard Grand Prix. Across the stripe this time around. There it is. Race leader's going to cross the line. Ryan Freeman brings us to 15 to go. Back across the stripe we roll, and Christopher Hamlin gonna look for that 3rd position. Marcellus Bruning gonna try to follow suit at the bottom, move Bruning to 4th. Hunley, who was running in 3rd, now outside of your podium drivers. He's gonna lock into 5th, look for a run down the backstretch and into turn number 3. He's not willing to settle for 5th. He's gonna grab one in another spot. 2 for 1 through turn 3. And just like that, Cody Hunley gonna regain that race leader. That's the trouble, or that's the, let's not say trouble. That's the, I don't really even want to say the issue, but that's the, It's what comes with the territory. When you're racing here at the Brickyard, you're able to make those passes, but you're going to give the driver behind you the opportunity, the free opportunity, if you will, to wait a corner and try his hand and his luck. Because the runs are just so enormous. The energy built by that second or third car in line is just absolutely phenomenal. Speeds upwards of 190 miles an hour. Heading into a corner by yourselves when you're in the draft, that speed can climb well over 200 miles an hour, and drivers absolutely wheelman moments, laser focus and precision here tonight. 3 wide for third. Never scared, man, these guys. You know, race fans, as we're sitting here worried on who wants it more, running in that third, fourth, and fifth position, who wants it more, who wants to round out the podium, the question is, how bad does Rick Raven want to start off this season winning all 3 races? Something that's never been done in the Ice Splash Retro Kart League. His driver's going on a tear that Rick Raven has the opportunity to begin the season number 3 with. He can almost begin to set himself apart. We'll be a quarter of the way through season number 3 at the end of tonight's race. 12 race is the race. 12 race season, and with 3 race wins, that's a quarter. You're winning a quarter of the races. You are almost locking yourself up for the opportunity for that championship, and Raven looking to do so very early here in season number 3. With 10 laps remaining, let's go to the front for just a moment. Let's watch this battle continue between Ryan Freeman and Rick Raven, and I think he's just playing with him right now. I think he's very happy with where he's at. I think he's very content to just sit there, run in second, bide his time, wait. Wait for the opportunity to present itself, and then I think you're going to see this man take off. We'll take a look at the crash test dummy inside of that number 66 machine. We got word through a little bit of radio chatter. Hey, Dave, you got to go check out this guy's driver suit. Ryan Freeman having some fun out there. Crash test dummy here tonight at the Brickyard, but he ain't looking like no dummy. He's looking like he may walk away with the race win. We'll jump back outside of the car now, take a look back at Rick Raven as we cross the line this time around. We'll have ourselves just 8 to go. Just look at all the rubber splatter on the rear of this machine. You look at the nose cone of that one of Rick Raven, covered with little speckles of a rubber that is coming off of these tires as he continues to run in the tire tracks of Ryan Freeman directly in front of him on the scoring pylon. As I already said, these guys right here, these top 2, unrelenting pace, man. There's absolutely lights out lap after lap. What was once a 1.5 second advantage has grown to a 2.7 second advantage for your top 2 drivers. So as 3rd, 4th, and 5th continue to race hard and continue to mix it up, your top 2 stepping away. It's going to be a battle for the checkered flag between the 66 of Ryan Freeman and the 1 of Rick Raven. So with that, we'll head back outside the car and we'll head back around the track. Let's go back here to that hot battle. 3 cars going at it for the 3rd and final position on the podium here tonight. Bruning, Hundley, Hamlin continue to mix things up, continue to go at it. Hamlin going to lose 2 positions now, is down to the bottom of the racetrack. Here it comes. And then number 10 of Cody Hundley, he's looking for the spot up off of 3, and he's going to be able to complete the pass, but that's going to give Bruning a big toe down the front stretch, and he's going to dip out early. Bruning going to pull out of line a little bit earlier than what I would have anticipated him moving, but it's still going to work out. He's going to grab that 3rd position away for the moment. High 5 last time around for race leader Ryan Freeman. He continues to lead. Rick Raven, we're watching the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th on the racetrack. Bruning has that final spot on the podium. Cody Hundley and Christopher Hemling, both hungry drivers, both looking for solid finishes. Bruning trying to block the run on the inside of the racetrack, trying to ensure. Whoa! Trying to ensure that he keeps the position. And did you see that big old wiggle by Bruning? My goodness. Ryan Freeman, Rick Raven still nose to tail. Raven, is he waiting to swoop in? It grabbed the spot. No, we've got drivers to pit road. We've got drivers to pit road. Marcellus Bruning and Chris Brown both to pit road. Splashing gas for Bruning, splashing gas for Brown as well. What has... This just got a little bit interesting here. With 2 laps to go, Bruning had to come to pit road. Oh my goodness. Cody Hundley going to take that 3rd position away from Christopher Hamlin, but we're going to watch the battle right here for the race win. Off of turn number 4, we'll cross the line this time by white flag flies. Final lap here from the Brickyard. You're watching the Ice Splash Retro Kart League Brickyard Grand Prix, and it is down to just less than 2.5 miles. Rick Raven right here trying to run down Ryan Freeman, who has turned up the wick. Little bit of a slide off of turn number 2. Defending on the bottom of the racetrack, Rick Raven has to have a big run. Will he be able to set something up here through 3 and 4? Back through turn number 3, a 2-car race advantage for race leader Ryan Freeman. Little wiggle out of the nose, but Freeman will keep it wound up, and he's got himself a 1-car advantage. Big move to block the run on the bottom. Here comes Rick Raven. Close finish. Raven on the outside, Freeman on the bottom, and Raven at the line. Rick Raven's going to get the race win at the line. Oh my gosh, did you see that finish? Ooh. Ooh. Christopher Hamlin will walk away in third, but oh my goodness, did you see that? We're going to go back and we're going to slow this thing down, man. Watch this thing unfold here. Look at the run by Raven. Big move to the outside. That was the big move to the outside for Rick Raven. He's got the run in right at the line. Look at the move back across the track to edge just out in front. Oh, so close. Rick Raven will walk away with the race win. Oh my goodness. Wow. Cool down laps underway for race winner Rick Raven. It's going to be 3 in a row. My goodness, we're going to set himself up with a snow cone machine or something, because winners get sprinkles, and, well, some of us are lactose intolerant. No, not me. I'm just saying in general. Gotta look out for my friends, you know what I mean? Well, as Rick Raven enjoys his cool down lap here for all the fans in the stands, giving everybody some great photo opportunities here from the Brickyard. What a run. What a night tonight. Here for the Ice Splash Retro Kart Series, the Brickyard Grand Prix in our back pockets, in the bag, done and over with. And we are going to take this opportunity to set things up. Get ready to head trackside for your post-race interviews, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's Brickyard Grand Prix, 100 laps in our back pocket, 250 miles of racing behind us, and we have crowned a champion here tonight. But first, let's run down your podium drivers walking away with a solid third place finish here tonight inside of his 82 3M Target machine. Christopher Hamlick rounds out drivers on the podium, and then we'll move and make our way right to the man that walked away in the second position. Let's see if we can catch up and have a few words with the guy. Let's see if we can dial him up inside of that number 66 machine. Ryan, it's Dave. You got us?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, my man. How you doing? How you feeling after a solid night here tonight, walking away with second place here from the Brickyard?
Well, normally second would feel good, but you know, that was real close. I thought there was a split second when I crossed the line where I thought I had it.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't want to say you had to kind of know the move was coming. He sat behind you for a numerous amount of laps there, so you kind of had to know that move was coming. But do you think, looking back now at the way it unfolded there on that last lap, do you think you may have been able to take any preventative measures to keep him just that little bit further back?
Oh, I don't know. I could have gone low in 1 and 2, but I figured if I went high, maybe he'd go low, and I could just get him in close enough that he wouldn't be able to get a good run there. But he was smart. He waited till the front stretch, so no, I don't think there was much I could have done.
Well, man, that's going to be one of our closest finishes ever here in the Ice Splash Retro Card Series, down to the hundredths of a second difference between yourself and Rick Raven. So a big pat on the back for one of the best finishes we've ever had the opportunity to witness here, and you do it at such a great track. Congratulations on your podium finish here tonight. Before we let you go, though, Ryan, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home or at the race shop?
Oh, I'd give it a shout out to my endurance race team, ICSRG. They're a good group of guys, and we do a lot of fun things together. So, yeah.
All right, my man. Well, if that's it, we'll see if we can catch up with you next time trackside. Until then, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Short and sweet. Final few words from Ryan Freeman, driver walking away with second here tonight. Started outside pole position. He'll finish in second as well. Good run, great race. And now we'll move to the man that has been dominating in season number 3. Third win in a row. Rick, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. How you doing?
I can't complain, man. How you? What are you gonna be doing with those 3 checkered flags? I mean, you gotta be running out of room, huh?
Yeah, I'm definitely running out of room. I'm gonna have to buy a new house to store these trophies. So it's costing me some money. But with the money that we're winning here, especially at the Indy 500, it's over like $1.5 million. I'll be able to buy a house cash. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
All right. Well, I mean, if you're doing all that, I mean, I like tiny houses. I mean, I'm kind of a little guy.
I can barely hear you, bud.
I was saying, well, I'm kind of a tiny guy. If you're gonna be building houses and stuff, a tiny home would fit me just perfect.
I might take you up on that because I'm kind of a loner and I like being by myself. So sometimes I just need my space, and those tiny homes are real cute. I like them.
You called my house cute. I can't believe it. Nah, anyways, Rick, man, you're doing something this season that nobody else has done before. This is going to be your 3rd win in a row. You're opening up season number 3 with wins in your back pocket, setting yourself up, right around the corner from the midway point in the season, and you're already building, I don't want to call it an untouchable point lead, but you're getting out there in the point standings a pretty good distance. Are you going to switch off the switch at any point in time, or are you going to just kind of bide some time and get through some races, or you just going to be hammered down from here?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll switch it off. I'll just tool around in the back of the pack and finish last. I mean, that's fun too. No, I'm not switching anything off. I mean, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. we're having a great season. I guess luck is on our side, and we've been very fortunate. And I think anybody in my position would not want this momentum to stop. So we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. I mean, it's incredible to sit here in Victory Lane in Indianapolis in these cars for the second time in a row, actually, at Indy. I won Indy the last time, and it wasn't easy. And I'll tell you, Ryan Freeman, he didn't make it easy either. You know, he qualified outside of row number 1 next to me. I couldn't believe I got the pole. I botched my fast lap, but I got the pole. And Ryan, I knew he was quick, and after that last pit stop, I just figured if I would stay right behind him, you know, maybe we could put some distance between us and 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and that's what started to happen. You know, every few laps we get another 10th on them, and another 10th, another 10th. Then those guys, you know, they I guess they weren't able to make it on fuel, but we were in fuel conservation mode after the second to the last stop because I knew how many laps we can get on the tank, and I knew it was going to be close. So we just sat back and just conserved fuel, and it worked out. Turns out we were 2 laps to the good, so that all worked out. And I'll tell you, Ryan Freeman, great racer. On that last lap, he knew what I was planning. He knew I was looking for the slingshot. And coming off 4, he dove down to the inside, broke that momentum, and I just barely had enough to get him to the line. They tell me it's 7 thousandths of a second. I can't wait to see it on replay, and this was a fantastic race.
Yeah, I mean, that move off of 4 in the race to the line, absolutely phenomenal. One of our closest, if not the closest finishes ever here with the Ice Splash Retro Kart League. So just another feather in the cap for you and that one crew. Just a fantastic night, fantastic race. Gonna walk away with the max points here tonight. So Rick, before we let you go and soak in this 3rd win of the season, you know the drill. We're gonna step back and the mic is yours.
All right, take a step back because here it comes. I want to thank you guys, obviously, for broadcasting the race, and Marcellus, Bruning, for putting on this league. I love these 79s. It reminds me of the old kart days, and that's what this series is geared towards. Although we should be going to Milwaukee traditionally, we should be going there next week. But I guess we're doing a little modern touch. We're doing Detroit, following Indy. So, but I just want to thank my wife. Love you, baby. Thank my 2 daughters, Zoe, Mila. I love you guys with all my heart, and thank everybody who's watching. Thank all the drivers who showed up tonight. Hopefully we'll get even more because this really is a great league. It's run good. Thank you to the Lord Jesus. I love you so much, Lord Jesus. Thank you for dying on the cross for me. And I'm looking around. I see all these fans around here. Thanks to everybody for coming out. I hope we put on a good show for you. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Well, Rick, again, congratulations with your race win, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you again.
I hope you do. Hopefully I'll live long enough.
All right, final few words from Rick Raven, and if he parties a little too hard, he may not make it to Detroit next week. But look for Raven to be fast there as well. Lights out performance for the man inside of the one. He's going to walk away with his 3rd race win of the season. What a night, what a race here from the Brickyard with the Ice Splash Retro Kart Series Brickyard Grand Prix. What a night, what a race. And with the producers hitting those buttons in the background, you know the familiar sounds. You know it's time for your unofficial race results here tonight. Walking away with his 3rd win in a row, Rick Raven captures the flag. Ryan Freeman going to start in 2nd. He'll finish in 2nd. The 66 led a handful of laps. Almost had it at the line, but Freeman will come home in 2nd. Christopher Hamley going to round out your podium drivers with Cody Hundley back in 4th. Stuart Wright 5th. Marcellus Bruning needed a little more fuel, and he will fall to 6th. Chris Brown in the 37 will walk away in 7th. Neil Canning back in 8th. Trey Mitz in 9th. Theo Sherlin back in the 10th position. 11th. Robert Love. Rick Carlson in 12th. 13th tonight to Joe Walker. Austin Dabbs finishes tonight's race in 14th. 15th is John Rayner. 16th position here tonight from the Brickyard belongs to Jason Crumley. And that will do it for your finishing results here tonight from the Brickyard with the Ice Splash Retro Card Series. If you haven't already, race fans, you know you want to join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. From myself, Dave of the Cave, and everybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.